think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather. We knew Crawford is a great fighter.
The comparison, listen, Crawford Mayweather would have been an amazing fight in their prime. Just like you insert Ray Leonard in there, just like you insert Ray Robinson in there. What a round robin that would have been.
He tried. You catch him, he want to catch you back. You know what I mean? You fight Bud, Bud's not running from nobody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where I felt that I had the upper hand in our competition.
Canelo responded to Terence Crawford accepting Floyd Mayweather's fight offer by warning that Crawford would easily defeat Mayweather if they fought. He praised Crawford as the better fighter today, giving him full credit for his accomplishments. Canelo called him an amazing talent with exceptional skill and timing, saying Crawford has proved himself across multiple weight classes and earned the respect of fans and experts throughout the sport.
I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather. We knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
Was it something specific, the movement or speed or power, or what? Was there something you could put your finger on that gave you the most trouble?
Everything.
Okay.
He have everything. You know what? Sometimes you try and your body cannot go, right? That's my frustration. Maybe I can figure out Crawford, but my body cannot go anymore. So I try it, but my body just not let me go. And you need to accept it. That's it. He's a great fighter. He's a good fighter. He know how to move. And
Canelo admitted that he gave everything he had, but his body just couldn't respond the way he wanted. He said he tried his best, but had to accept that his body couldn't go any further, giving full credit to Crawford for his movement, skill, and overall performance. Analyst Garage Hackett weighed in on Canelo's comments, highlighting the difference between Canelo's loss to Floyd Mayweather years ago and Crawford's win over him now. Hackett explained that when Canelo fought Mayweather at 23, he was still developing and lacked the experience he has today. Crawford, on the other hand, faced a fully matured and elite version of Canelo, making his victory far more impressive since it came against the best version of the Mexican star.
What I think is, when Floyd beat me, I was 23, I wasn't polished. When Bud beat me, I was the man. I was the man. And he beat me fair and square. He beat me at my game and he beat me at his game. That's why Canelo said it. Do I believe that? It's tough to believe. We're not going to ever see Bud versus Floyd. And it's crazy. It's crazy because I would love to see that fight, but I know we're not going to see it. But I can only take Canelo's word because he's the man that's been in the ring with both of them. But I understand why he said it. I was a kid when I fought Floyd. He wasn't a kid literally, but he was young. He was young. There was a lot he didn't know. There was a lot he didn't understand about boxing that he later on learned and got better. But Bud beat the better version of me, even though it's the ran down version. I'm saying that because it is some wear and tear there with Canelo. I've been saying it the whole time. When a guy got almost 70 fights in current time, with all those big camps he's been doing and all that, trust me, it's some wear and tear there. I'm not making excuses for Canelo. I'm just saying, I do give Bud his credit though for beating Canelo, and Canelo understands I am a better fighter today than I was back then. But that's hard to say because Floyd, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Bud took maybe 20% of what Floyd did and added that to his repertoire for this fight.
Joe Rogan was blown away by Terence Crawford's victory over Canelo Alvarez, calling it one of the most extraordinary achievements in boxing history. He emphasized that Crawford moved up 2 full weight classes at 37 years old, something almost unheard of, and still managed to beat a fighter of Canelo's level. Rogan said this wasn't just another win, but a defining moment that showcased Crawford's greatness and cemented his place as one of the sport's most exceptional athletes.
It's like you're watching, like, wow, towards the end, towards the final rounds, really started getting comfortable and really started putting it on him. I'm like, this is amazing.
You know, one of those rare, like, that's history, obviously, right? Watching somebody do, you shouldn't be able to do that. You shouldn't be able to fight at that weight for the first time ever.
Against one of the greatest,
undisputed greatest of all time, fucking, and do what you did. It is beyond, like, my favorite, an outlier. You're beyond an outlier. You're an anomaly.
Yeah. Something
special.
And
something really
30,
special.
I believe he's 37.
Yeah. One of those where you shouldn't be able to do that by any account. By any account. 37, my body was so wrecked. I'm like, fuck you. You know, I ain't doing, I can barely.
Paulie Malignaggi joined the debate over who stands as the greater fighter, Floyd Mayweather or Terence Crawford, acknowledging that it's a discussion with no real end. He explained that each represents a different era with unique challenges, making direct comparison impossible, but fascinating. Malignaggi praised Mayweather's perfect record and iconic career, while also applauding Crawford's success across multiple weight classes and his wins over top-tier opponents. In his view, the debate itself is what keeps boxing fans engaged, even without a clear answer.
154 pounders, and it was in a young Canelo and a very tough Cotto who was punching very hard from 4 to 54. You know, remember Cotto had knocked out Delvin Rodriguez at 54. He'd still done some damage at 54, and I thought
won a title at 60.
Yeah, and I thought he knocked out Martinez at 60, and I thought he gave Mayweather a pretty good fight at 54. I don't know. I can't say I disagree or agree. I just think that Mayweather, because it's so far away, so long ago, you know, and people sort of start to underestimate the things he did. You know, people talk about Canelo takes his repertoire from the Mayweather repertoire. No, he doesn't. Mayweather fought ex-champions. This guy's fighting guys who will never even smell, may never smell a belt in their life, and he was fighting them. So. You know, Mayweather, even if you're saying, oh, he didn't fight the very best, he still fought champions and ex-champions, even at 47, even if...
Timothy Bradley made a bold claim, saying Terence Crawford has the tools to beat Floyd Mayweather as well. He explained that Crawford's mix of intelligence, adaptability, power, and technique could effectively counter Mayweather's famous defense. Bradley pointed out that Crawford's ability to make adjustments mid-fight and his precise timing would make him a serious threat, even to Mayweather in his prime. His comments showed deep respect for Crawford's skill set and his belief that the Omaha native deserves to be mentioned among the greatest fighters ever, someone capable of surpassing even the most untouchable champions.
The GOAT, oh, absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too. He will beat him too. He got everything it takes to beat Floyd. Floyd struggled in the first half against Zab Judah. Zab Judah, a damn terrific fighter, but he ain't no damn Terence Crawford. Especially from the southpaw position. Floyd didn't like fighting southpaws. Floyd reached with that right hand. You think he's gonna reach against one of the best back foot counter punches in the game? He gonna reach with that right hand against Crawford? He gonna get slept reaching with that backhand the way he reaches with that. That level change backhand he throws too, man, that bull jab he does too, that ain't gonna work. That is not gonna work. Floyd got a 72-inch reach. Yeah, he had quickness, fast reflexes. However, Crawford got all of that too. He got all of that too, and he got a 75-inch reach. Great counter puncher. Can concentrate all night. Can put pressure on Floyd. He can even invite Floyd in. Yep, I noticed. Floyd's not having success. He started to step on the gas. That's what he do. And he gonna run it up.
Some in the boxing community believe that for Terence Crawford to truly surpass Floyd Mayweather's legacy, he needs to take on an enormous challenge, Dimitri Bivol. Known for his size, skill, and dominance at light heavyweight, Bivol represents the ultimate test. Critics argue that if Crawford could defeat him, it would prove he can conquer a bigger, prime, and technically elite opponent, something that would solidify his place above Mayweather in boxing history. Such a victory, they say, would silence all debate and crown Crawford as one of the sport's all-time greats.
Since Bud's so strong, that's what I said. Why are you talking about 54? None of them dudes gonna get you up. If you truly beat Canelo, why not be the greatest fighter in the existence of boxing? Like, Bivol was the only dude to beat 2 undisputed active champions. Like, he beat Canelo as an undisputed champion, and he beat Better Beef as an undisputed champion. Bivol, historically, might go down as one of the greatest to ever do it. If you beat Bivol and you beat Canelo, I mean, Crawford might have surpassed TBE in Floyd. Floyd has never beaten someone as accomplished as Bivol. And forget about accomplishments like perceived threat.
And forget comparing resumes. Floyd never had a Bivol-level threat on his. Reports now suggest that Terence Crawford is chasing history by trying to become a 6th-division world champion, a feat achieved by only a few legends. Having already dominated multiple weight classes and beaten top-tier opponents, Crawford's drive to go even higher shows his relentless desire to push his limits. The possibility of him moving up to middleweight has electrified the boxing world, as it would mean facing naturally bigger and stronger fighters at 160 pounds.
And Terence Crawford and his team stated that if he does stay in the sport of boxing and he does move down, he's not going to drop down below 160. And so it's being reported that Terence Crawford wants to become a 6th division champion. And a guy that he had his sights set on is now calling him out aggressively and daring him to come down and fight him. And that's Janibek, who is seen to be the best 160-pounder in the world. And he's the unified IBF and WBO 160 middleweight world champion. The middleweight division, 160, is a glamour division. There's the top 3 glamour divisions in the sport of boxing is welterweight, 147. Terence Crawford knocked out every opponent he faced at welterweight and became...
Adding even more intrigue, Janibek Alimkhanuly has publicly challenged Terence Crawford, daring him to step up to middleweight and face him without fear. The undefeated champion, whose reputation continues to rise, views this as a chance to secure a career-defining fight against one of boxing's modern greats. For Crawford, accepting the challenge would be another bold move in his quest for legacy, offering the opportunity to prove his dominance in yet another division. Whether the fight happens or not, the possibility alone has sparked major debate among fans and analysts, making Crawford's next move one of the most anticipated stories in boxing.
At welterweight and became undisputed there. The next glamour division is middleweight, 160, that Marvin Hagler, made famous, many middleweights, Sugar Ray Robinson. It's a glamour division, right? Sugar Ray Leonard moved up there, Tommy Hearns, that's a glamour division. And obviously, the division that carries the sport of boxing when it's on top is the heavyweight division. Then you can make a case for the lightweight division, so on and so forth, right? I would say the lightweight division is number 4. So Terence Crawford became a champion at lightweight, right? So with that said, you have Janibek, who's seen as the best fighter there. He's the IBF.
An analyst looked back at the story of Miguel Silky Smooth Gonzalez, the last man to defeat Terence Crawford in the amateurs, and reflected on how much Crawford has evolved since then. He explained that beating Crawford today would take extraordinary skill and preparation, much like what it once required to face Floyd Mayweather in his prime. The analyst described Crawford as one of the most complete fighters in boxing, blending elite defense with pinpoint offense. Like Mayweather before him, Crawford now carries an aura of near invincibility. His ability to adapt, evade damage, and strike with precision makes him the kind of opponent fighters must train relentlessly just to stand a chance against.
Crawford, what did you do to actually get a win over him?
I agree with Augie. With what he said about Floyd, I'm going to say about Crawford. You got to punch with Crawford. You got to counter Crawford and punch with Crawford. You got to bang the body with Crawford. You got to stay on top of Crawford. You know what I mean? Fight him in that phone booth if you can. As I remember, that's exactly what I did. Crawford, he switches and all that. I don't get that. I don't get out my hookup with all the switching he does. But what tripped me out was he got low in the ring. Like, he kind of cut his height down. I had a field day with that. He should have stayed tall. You know, he cut his height down, and you know, I stayed in his chest. You know, and you gotta counter Crawford. You gotta fight Crawford. And what I always thought about Crawford was he's easily taken out his hookup. I thought, you know, maybe he fought his fight. I thought he fought my fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think he grew out of getting out of his hookup. I think I think he learned how to just kind of adjust and do what needed to be done more so.
Break that down for us, guys. What do you guys mean the hookup? Break that down for us.
So yeah, you know what?
Getting caught up in a war?
I'll go ahead, Miguel. Like break down Bud getting caught out of his hookup.
Well, you know, with Bud, I thought, you know, but you can easily get Bud to fight you.
Back in the day. Yeah. And you know, Gamboa, you know, showed parts of that. You know, and Bud, all his fights, Bud fights you. Yeah.
Bud gets, you know what I mean? Every fight I see Bud fighting, even still to this day, but I totally understand what Sean's saying. For sure. Bud's the truth. But when I see Bud fighting, you catch him, he want to catch you back. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You fighting Bud, Bud's not running from nobody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where I felt that I had the upper hand.
Brian Bomac McIntyre, Terence Crawford's longtime trainer, shared his thoughts on the win over Canelo Alvarez, calling the fight surprisingly easy and crediting their thorough preparation for every situation. He also addressed the criticism Crawford often faces over his opponent choices, saying fans and analysts are quick to accuse him of ducking whenever he doesn't follow their preferred matchups. Bomac dismissed those claims, explaining that Crawford is focused on his own path, not on pleasing others. He emphasized that Crawford's legacy should be defined by his results and dominance in the ring, not by outside expectations.
But they're probably thinking the way we were all thinking, that just because of the weight he should be okay because he's the naturally bigger man. But someone like Crawford, obviously, who's done what he's done, you have to be on the top of your game. And I felt with Canelo, it was probably too many single shots that he was throwing, but he wasn't throwing the usual singles and backing it up because he was getting counted. And
he wasn't allowed to.
Yeah, it wasn't just that Canelo was bad is what I'm trying to get at. Crawford was absolutely sensational on the night and the deserved winner and one of the best.
Because the other side of the argument would be that they actually thought they might be getting Crawford at the right time because he hadn't fought for a while and had some particular surgery. I mean, did it go, as I said to you at the top of the show, Bomac, I mean, I watched you in the corner and I thought it was a exercise in how a corner should be conducted in terms of the communication, the coherency of it, and the discipline behind who spoke, when they spoke, what they said, and what needed to be heard. Did the fight go exactly as you had mapped out in your mind and what you thought would manifest itself? Is this your last fight? You know, which really annoyed me with Max Kellerman going in and making that the stop part of his questions. Do you think, Bomac, that he gets the recognition and the appreciation that his achievements merit?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Why do you think that is?
I think because of the simple fact that Terence is his own man. You know, he knows the path that he wants to go. And some of the boxing critics or some of the boxing people around boxing figure he should go this route or he should go that route. When he didn't go that route and he went this route, he's ducking the other middleweights. I mean, the other welterweights. So he's ducking the 140-pounder. No, he's not ducking them. He's just not available. Well, he should have went this way. I didn't want to go that way. I wanted to go this way because that's.
Anthony Jeffries weighed in on the debate by highlighting what made Floyd Mayweather so dominant in his era. He explained that Mayweather's greatness went beyond his defense. It was his flawless footwork, precise timing, and ability to outthink and outmaneuver every opponent. Jeffries noted that Floyd's movement was almost perfect, allowing him to frustrate even the most skilled fighters. He also reminded fans that Mayweather consistently faced and defeated top legends throughout his career, reinforcing his legacy. While praising Crawford's incredible achievements, Jeffries emphasized that Mayweather's career remains one of the most accomplished and technically brilliant in boxing history.
If you study Floyd closely, like I have, you will notice that he never wastes any steps while he's in the ring. He will pivot just enough to take away the angle from the person in front of him, then he will reset in the center of the ring, and his movement and his footwork was just perfect. And it was his feet that made him control every single fight, putting him in the perfect position to defend punches, then that small little sidestep either way to put him into the position to be able to land punches back. And he would also use his front foot to apply pressure with them small little steps, waiting for that moment to land them punches. And if you train boxing, you should be constantly working on the specific footwork things that you need to work on, because you might agree with me, but without good feet, nothing else matters.
That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more updates next time.